guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. And if you couldn't tell by the title, today I'm going to be basically answering questions that close friends of mine have asked or were curious about. I guess you can say it's more of like a get to know me or Q&A, but one or the other. I don't really, however you actually look at it. But I'm going to be drinking some Stella Rosa wine. It's not that much in here, but I did go to the store and bought another one. I had to. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. In full disclaimer, if you are not of age 21, please do not drink. And if you are over the age of 21, please drink responsibly and don't do anything stupid. Okay, so the first question is, what are your professional goals for the next 10 years? Well, at my big old age of 28, unfortunately, I don't really think about the professional side of things. I kind of just wing whatever I do, to be honest, but I know I should probably get out of that mindset. But regardless, it's like there's a lot that I'm really just trying to get together, because I feel like I've had to restart my life at least 3 times. I'm on the 3rd try and a half, I think. I don't know, I'm not entirely sure, but we'll figure it out. But as far as like professional goals for the next 10 years, I'm just gonna say this if I already have it. I'm gonna go back to school, or I'm in school for psychology and sociology. So I really wanna aim towards being a counselor. Maybe middle school, maybe high school. I really don't know, because between the two, you're really just becoming or coming into yourself. So that's what I wanna do. Because I know I probably have like maybe 6 years to finish, but it is obtainable. For sure. I would like to be a top 10 influencer. Like, I'm trying to be up there with the greats. Like, I know I'm 28 and most of these people are like 25 or below, but it's like I feel like I could get there if I tried. Like, I mean, anything you do, you have to be consistent with it at the end of the day. So I mean, I just hope to have a career in being a counselor, or, you know, some type of therapist related type person. I don't know really what branch I would go with when it comes to psychology, but I would definitely kind of just stay in that range, because I like to talk to people and I like to get to know people. Of course, as friends, because some of y'all gonna hear that and be like, oh, well, I've been trying to get at you for years. Like, that's not the case. I like to get to know people as people, not a romantic type deal. Like, I don't. Anyway, but besides that, yeah. Let's see, what other question do we have? What is one place you would want to travel to and stay there for a week? Stay there for a week. Honestly, I would want to go back to Jamaica, because last year for my birthday, when I tell you, those people are so nice and so positive. Like, I didn't go like exploring like Jamaica. We really just stayed on the hotel resort, but it's like the workers, the people that you interact with, it's just like, wow, y'all got good vibes over here. And mind you, I did have a couple pop brownies or whatever, but regardless, like, I was chilling the whole time. I was feeling great, feeling good. I really just, the people were so nice, and I could really see myself staying there for at least a week. If anything, I might even, whenever I'm rich enough, because we're manifesting, whenever I get rich enough, I actually want to buy a house out there and just go visit once a week or every 2 weeks or something like that. I don't know, but I would want to do that for sure. Like, just visit. I wouldn't necessarily live there, but I guess depending on how the government is set up, because I don't know how the government is set up, I really don't want to move there, just visit. Another question I was asked was, what are your personal goals as far as relationships? Oh, Well, I feel like I would have to have a conversation with my significant other in order to answer that, because I want to say it just depends on who the person is and how they are for the most part. Yeah, it depends on the person. But my goals for myself, I really just want to be attentive and be a better listener, because I have a bad memory, and I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. And it's like, I don't intentionally just try to forget shit. It's just like when I've gained a lot of information throughout the week, especially if it's been like a long trying week, some shit I'm just not gonna, it's just not gonna be soaked. It's just, I'm not a sponge on some days. So I want to be more attentive and a better listener. I really want to do better as far as like being an emotional support person, because what I like to tell people is just like, hey, I'm giving you 5 minutes to tear, cry, boo-hoo. But after that, you need to remember who you are as a person and get it together. And it's like, you can't really put a time frame or a time limit on how to feel better. Like that, I mean, I really shouldn't be that person. Like, you can't rush somebody to feel better. That's stupid. So I want to do better with that as far as that goes, because I guess with me and my own emotions, I've trained myself to just, all right, cool, I'm giving you a minute, but after that, pick yourself up and get your shit done. Do what you need to do, because life waits for nobody, basically. But yeah, that's, I mean, that's just for me anyway. But I don't know, for those who are in a relationship, what are your goals? Because I kind of want to know. Another question is, what are some of the hobbies you wish to take up? That is a great question. Some hobbies I would like to take up. Honestly, I really want to be more active as far as like be outside more, like kind of just be one with the with nature. Like just go to the park and read a book and kind of turn my phone off for a couple hours and come home, and then, you know, back to reality. I really want to learn how to play Call of Duty. I really want to learn how to play Call of Duty. And I only say that because it's like, I would love to play with my brothers online, because I now have a PlayStation. So I would like to learn how to play that at some point. But the way my anxiety is set up, it's like if I'm playing zombies, for example, I'm playing zombies and I got 1-9 and I run out of bullets, I'm not gonna know where the bullets are. Like, I have no idea where I'm going or what I'm doing, for that matter. So I'm really just running around stabbing zombies in the neck or the face. Cause listen, at some point I have tried, but the way my anxiety is set up, there is no way I'm gonna sit there and learn by myself. There is no way. But that's one of the goals. I would actually want to probably get back into fashion too, to be honest, because I feel like nowadays it's like when you look at Gucci, when you look at Fendi or Prada or even Chanel, it's like everybody's the same. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just me, because I don't think people take fashion seriously anymore, to be quite honest. Because it's like people say, oh, I'm gonna put this, that, and third on, like, and it's all designer and all right, cool, you gotta fit. But it's like, I think that if you can take your ass to Walmart or even Target, shit, even Goodwill, if you can go anywhere and just come up with a look just based off your personality, or at least how you feel that day, then that, my friend, is fashion. Just because it's designer don't mean it's fashion. The fuck? Like, you gonna wear, if Kanye had another clothing line come out and he had a long body shirt which looked like a raggedy ass oversized pillowcase, you gonna call that fashion? Like, y'all already think these little red boots, these boots, I don't even know what the obsession is. They not even, like, come on, y'all. Can y'all, who can take them off? And who's gonna, like, I feel like your calf muscles are gonna be sweaty as fuck all day wearing them shit. It's crazy. But I really want to get back into fashion regardless. Another question, how do your professional goals and your personal goals align? I guess, I don't know. I mean, anything you learn in life, you can really apply to your job. Or anything you learn at your job, you can technically apply into your real life. It really just depends on what you're trying to do as far as that goes, professional-wise. But I know when it comes to goals in general, you just have to have discipline. And that's the main thing that ties into personal and professional. It's just having the desire and discipline. For real, for real. But as far as like how they align, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I want to do. There's a lot of stuff that I've attempted to do only because I'll get bored with something so fast, right? And then it's like I'll move on to the next. Like, I like to paint, but I ain't painted in a couple years. I don't know, life be lifing. But regardless, I don't know, just based off my personality, there's a lot of goals that I have in mind. There's a lot of stuff I would like to achieve. Like, me and my friends actually made a list of 5 goals by May. And so far, I've only had one of them crossed off, and that's therapy. I meant to tell y'all, girls in therapy. Yeah, but it's like everything I do at work or everything I do or have learned in life, I just apply it to living. So it's kind of like, I don't know if I answered that question correctly or not, if I can really answer that question, because after restarting my life so many times, my goals have gotten rearranged, scratched off, or rewritten, and you know, like I said, life be lifing. So, okay, one of my homegirls, let me see. I kind of, this one, I like questions like these. So my homegirl was like, any music artist that you would like to do a collaboration album with, who would you want on that album? Well, if I'm doing a collaboration album, I would definitely have to choose SZA, because she is so well-rounded. Like, I've been listening to her since 2014, 15, since I was 19 years old. I'm 28 now, so she's come a long way, but she's so talented, and it's like the way her mind operates, and it's like, it's magical, to be honest. Like, she's a butterfly that I could just look at. Like, I don't even want to catch you. Like, I just want to admire your beauty and your talent from afar. But I would definitely want to do a collaboration album with SZA for sure, because she's my fave. Okay. And another question she had, this one makes me laugh too. If you were directing a photo shoot or a video, which celebrity would you want featured? Honestly, between Tiana Taylor and Kehlani, honestly, that's a toughie. That is a toughie. I would probably do Tiana Taylor, just simply based off the fact that and it's like, I feel like you can feel her essence through a screen, to be quite honest, but she seems so genuine, hilarious, easy to work with. Like, she's the one person you would want to show up at a birthday party if you were going to. But yeah, that's what that is. I had some more questions actually. I know one thing everybody wants to know: are you single? Well, with that question is, do I feel like answering it? And another part of me questioning it would be like, why is it any of your business anyway? And it's like, a lot of these people honestly don't have a shot with me. because I'm very picky. Very picky. I have a preference. Oh, and by the way, y'all, I got the Stella Rosa Black. Oh, this is probably one of my other favorites, but I love the noise that it makes. Fantastic. As far as like me being single, I'm not gonna sit here and cap to y'all like I am talking to somebody. And it's like, this person has their eye on me and I have my eye on them. Like we squinting at each other. Like we on the same page. We squinting, but we just trying to make sure, you feel me? Like we both have our eyes on each other. But it's like what you trying to do? Like that's basically what it is. But am I single? I want to say no, but I also want to say yes, because I am that kind of person where it's just like, you got to ask me to be your girlfriend or you have to make it evident. But it's like, with most people I date, it's more of like we have an understanding. So I don't belong to nobody but them type thing. But with this one, it's like, how do I put my business out there without putting my business out there? That is the question. That is the question. But as far as like, am I single? I'm just gonna say no, I'm not. Just so y'all know not to slide in my DMs or let alone email me on no weird shit. I'm gonna say no, I'm not single for sure. I know there was another question. I'm trying to remember because I was going to do a Q&A like a long time ago and I didn't get that many questions, and I was low-key kind of mad because how do you have 27,000 people that follow you, right? And they don't even say anything, like they don't even respond, and it's kind of just like, bro, what am I doing this for? Like, who's really paying attention? But in the back of my head, I'm just like, you know what? Do what you want to do for yourself. Because if nobody else is going to pay attention, then at some point somebody will. Like, you have to believe in yourself. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Because even if I don't get that many views, even if I don't have that many subscribers, I'm going to get there eventually. I already know. I'm manifesting accordingly, okay? So, I mean, some of y'all may not like what I be doing. And some people do. And I appreciate those who do. Excuse me, but as far as that goes, bro. Okay, let me see. Oh, here's one. What does a great day consist of for me? A great day consisting for me, what does it consist of? I would say a glass of wine. A really good day is me having Chipotle and watching all of my anime without being disturbed. Like that right there, that's a good day. That's a fantastic day. Let me see. Would I want to get married? Of course I would want to get married. Of course. Of course I would want to get married. Now, I feel like when it comes to marriage though, I feel like there has to be a level of understanding of what you can and cannot do. But again, that comes with like learning your person. Because not everybody's going to think the same. But and it's also like with marriage, even though I've never been married before, I do know like throughout the years, you do change as a person. And it's like whoever you're with would have to like relearn you. But I just feel like as a person, or just in general as a human being, if you can't learn to love and accept and learn how to let things go and just be understanding as a whole, then I don't know how you could, you know, survive a marriage. I really don't know, because the first thing that people forget is just like, you just have to be honest. If you can be honest with yourself first, then you can be honest with anybody. But that's just me. But do I believe in marriage? Yes, I would love to get married and hopefully have a couple children. Hopefully. Ooh, here's a good one. Here's a good one. Do you prefer to be single or in a relationship? What are some pros and cons for both? I like this question because when you're single, you can do what you want. You don't answer to nobody. You really just, you in your own world, you in your own bubble. Like, you are living your best life while you're single. Those are the pros. As far as cons, it gets lonely at times because you really just want companionship. And if you're anything like me, I like physical touch. That, like, I have to touch you. That is my thing. Like, I have to rub on your face. I gotta touch your shoulders or anything. Like, I need to touch you. Like, even if it's just playing in your head, like, I have to touch you. But it's like being single, you can't do that. But I also have a cat for a reason. Now as far as like being in a relationship, the pros are that you get to basically, be with your best friend and just have a good time, but you have to also kind of balance it out with alone time too. So it's kind of like, I mean, being single, it could be a hit or miss, or being in a relationship, it could be a hit or miss. But I know my pro and con is just having quality time, like balancing out the quality time versus alone time. Because I have been single for so long. Granted, I've had a lot of talking stages and I have definitely run out of them. But it's more of like, I don't know, it's like I try to find a balance because I've been single for so long. I like being physically alone. But it's like when I have that person that I want in front of me, of course I'm going to be all over them. Like, physical touch is my thing. So it's kind of like I'm a walking oxymoron because I like my quality time with myself, but I also like quality time with other people. So I don't know, it's like I like being alone, but I like being around people. It's kind of like, I don't know. I guess it depends on my mood for real. But those are definitely the pros and cons of being in a relationship. What is the biggest lie you've told? The biggest lie I've told? I mean, I don't lie like that, so it's kind of like, and if I do, I'm playing. I mean, I guess lying about being a lesbian, because I'm like, I'm bi, so it's kind of like being a lesbian would be one thing that I lie about because I don't want, if I feel like I'm being bothered by a man, I'll be real quick to say, sorry, sir, I'm allergic to nuts. That's it, plain and simple. I don't want you, I want your girlfriend. That's literally what I be doing. But I mean, me being a lesbian is definitely a lie. Cause I'm not, cause I like both. I like both, like I don't want to choose. That's the thing. But yeah, the only thing I could probably say is me lying about being a lesbian because I don't want to be bothered. Like, I will purposely put a me mug on my face to avoid contact with a man, depending on the situation, yes. And I'm like, no. But in the beginning of the video, y'all already know I'm taken, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. That was really all I had to say about this video. Please like, share, and subscribe if you want to. If you don't, hey, thanks for trying anyway. Y'all, this wine got me feeling sexy as fuck. Yeah, so if you guys want to hear more chit chat and more questions, just let me know. I guess you can throw some suggestions out there if you want. I would greatly appreciate it, for real. I'm really trying to get on top of my influencer bag. You know, I'm trying to hop in there. You feel me? But and another thing, P.S. Me and one of my homegirls are going to basically manifest, or AKA how she put it, delusionally, kind of like, what was it she said? Being delusional, basically. So it's just like, basically saying like, I'm rich as fuck. I'm gonna be living my influencer life, traveling all the time, and going to Paris to get a Chanel bag just because, like, stuff like that. So So we're gonna try this whole delusional thing, and hopefully faking it till we make it is going to actually happen. From your favorite influencer to you, I really do appreciate every single one of y'all that tune in. Like, for real, y'all have no idea how much that means to me, because I'll post a video and then people won't even like it, they won't even share it and all this stuff. But I believe in myself. I'm going to stay consistent with, you know, my gift, and I'm going to basically just aim as high as I possibly can, because when I tell y'all, I love to entertain people. I love to make people laugh. I like to make people smile. Like, that is what I like to do. It's very rare that somebody tells me or tells anybody else that they don't like me, because if that's the case, then bitch, you probably are delusional yourself, because I don't do nothing to nobody. But regardless, the point is, thank you so much for the support. Dang, every time I get ready to end a video, I swear to God, I'm always rambling. Always. But anyway, thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. This is your girl TK tuning out. Bye.